Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. Today, I have an interest in addressing the concerns of education and marijuana. We have within America a system provided for education that says from the earliest that you can start your educational process up through high school, 12th grade, graduation. And the system does whatever it has to do to make this possible that every student, now many kids go to private schools, they go to various uh, types of schools, but for everybody it's called a public school system. Everybody gets an education. I propose to the American people that we reconsider that education is an awesome instrument, that it engages our minds. It enables us to become better at whatever it is that we have been given to do. And when some of the restrictions that hold us back are removed, then we can actually pursue those things that gives us our greatest joy. And by doing that, we have a life to live, a life to give, and a life to be received as a part of an original instrument from an original power. So when I think of these kinds of things, ladies and gentlemen, when I think about the problems that we don't get resolved because the intelligence is absent or the motivation for that type of intelligence is absent. Yet, I propose to the American people that education continues, that we treat college years the same as we do the earlier years. And that means throughout whatever you want, your PhD or whatever. Or you don't have to go there, but continue your education in trade, whatever that is that you desire to do, so that we, the people, can receive a better product, a better benefit from each other. I think most of you would agree that this is something that is essential. And another thing to consider, every human being is a participant in this life, is a participant in this particular society. And what these participants bring, you hear some people talking about, well, don't let them come into our country unless they can bring something, got something to offer, something that we can use and benefit from. Look here, we got millions of young kids who coming straight through this high school system, ready to go out and learn more and be. So what are you talking about? We have the opportunity to allow for the training, the preparing for geniuses to do great things. But we have to reconsider now, ladies and gentlemen, and add that back to the picture. I'm asking you to do that. On the other hand, I said something about marijuana. We know that this is not some product that man came up with. Again, it is a gift from God, just like the trees. In fact, they call marijuana trees sometimes. It is a gift just like the grass that's growing in your front yard. But it has been recognized as having some benefits that people like. And all of a sudden, because of that, it needs to be controlled and manipulated and sold. We get prisons and jails that have been filled because people moved in these areas without legitimacy, as they want to call it. And now it's legitimate. So, what am I saying? I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this to you. The truth about life, I've noticed that you are not taught it. We as human beings here in America are not taught it. So, based upon what's happening in the rest of the world, I'm convinced that they are not being taught it either. And when I say we are not being taught it, not in any avenue of learning are we taught anything about the truth of life. Why is it that there's constant wars? Why is it that there's constant strife? Why is it that people are running away from their countries because of the oppression, because of the crime, because of the violence? Why is this constant? That all over the globe, people are going through all kinds of changes. Why is it so obvious that the killing of George Floyd resonated all across the globe? Because people are experiencing, in one form or fashion or another, the same kinds of oppression. Why is it? Because there's something that's missing. There's something that's robbing the life out of people. It is something that's taking away the gift, the purpose of life. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, humankind exists because of a parent that we can't see. We can't see our parent, but the evidence of our parents is all around us. The house that we live in, and I'm talking about the earth, and I'm also talking about the body. These things man had nothing to do with. A power outside of ourselves, totally in control of that. And here we are in this place, all of us made of the same kinds of things, requiring the same kinds of things to survive. And those resources have been given, and the talents necessary to cause a manifestation of them rest in us, where we can see we're doing it. But yet these problems exist. Why? Because, my friend, the life, the joy of life that was designed for us from the beginning has been stolen from us. It was stolen from us in the beginning, and we have not been able to retrieve them, for we haven't been told them. But I want you to know that each of us who receives benefits from this life and all of the resources, we turn around and engage our gifts in the process of causing a manifestation of these things. And that makes not just Americans here in America, but when this is practiced all over the earth, it makes the people all over the earth own all of that which has been created by the hands of man. For them, people, to access at their pleasure. This is the design plan from the Almighty God for human beings on earth to live as if they are in heaven. But now the deception comes. What is the deception? Ask the fisherman. The fisherman gets up on a certain day and says, I'm going to fish. I'm going to bring back my dinner or my breakfast. And they get their materials together. They go out, some of them stand on the bank, some of them get in a pontoon or whatever they call that thing. Some of them just get in a boat and they go out in the water. And what do? They take their hook and they bait it and they drop it into the water. And fish running around looking for stuff for survival, food, or just greedy and want some extra. And they are out there searching, looking for what they would call an extra zest of life. And they grab this bait only to find that there's a hook in it. And now it's got them all hooked up and they can't get away. And they are pulled up into a boat. Some have had pictures taken of them and thrown back, the lucky ones. Others are gone back and go into someone's belly. And those bellies are called themselves lucky. But that's what happens. That's what happens. Now you translate that away from the fish to humankind. You tell humankind that some of them are better than others. That's a part of the deception. That isn't true, but this is what they're told. And they told enough till they believe it. That they deserve more and better than others. In fact, others are not truly 100% human beings. And so what you, who are so important, should do is, by your authority of being superior to everyone else, should claim all of the resources that everybody needs. Claim them as your own. And if you can support systems like that, you get a residual. You get a cut. This is the way that system works. Investments. And now people who still require these things for survival, but now the system that was designed to work has been countered, and now a new system has been implemented, which means that in order for you to get these things, you got to go not to your source, your inner power, your ingenuity. Now you got to go to another power who is claiming to be God. Your God is unseen, but now he is a God that you can see, claiming these things under the authority of law. Now you got to work for them, perhaps not in what your gift is, but just trying to get a job. And what is the bait? What is put at the end of the hook that makes you feel that you got to have it? And that's all you're looking for. Not friendship, not relationships. You're looking for what? What is that at the end of that hook? What is that bait? What is that causes that fish to bite? What is that causes human beings to bite? It's called money. And in order to get that money to validate its purpose, humankind, according to the way the system has been established, are willing to lie, to cheat, to steal, to kill, to terrorize, to hate, to be racist, to be bigots, to go into war, to murder babies, rape women, rape men, just kill folks, just to get money, which gives them a measure of power. And see, ladies and gentlemen, that's the world we're living in. And I'm saying to you, yes, we can change this and do it the right way. And if we do it the right way, we will have the power of God to cause mountains to move when we thought we could even get close to the base. But we have to move for the right way. And what is the right way? The right way is the original way. The right way is God's way. What is the right way? Is that every human being, like the grass that's out on what they used to call the bluegrass. I used to see it when my bicycle commercials came on. But every human being is standing free, receiving of the nature that's all about them, and the beauty and everything that they are themselves, individual, are about, is exhibited in everyone, and yet collectively. Why? Because then and there we have what we've been looking for, what we've been praying for, what we've been hoping for. But now we can see it because it is the fruit of our hands working together in partnership with our parent that we cannot see, but allowing to live within you and within me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. But education is number one. We need to make sure that every individual coming up out of his mother's womb have education to the fullest extent that they consider it appropriate, and allowing them to express themselves in a satisfactory way. And that money is removed from the books so we can have peace, so we can have prosperity for all, so that we can have freedom, so that we can have joy of life and the fulfillment of our dreams, where our needs and our wants and our desires are right there at our fingertips to be utilized at our pleasure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know you can't beat that message. Now, if you can make it real, what a deal. Goodbye.